Hey everybody, Cinis here with a new speedrun, and I've got a lot to cover in terms of mechanics because this run is 30 seconds faster than anything you've seen before. So for starters, I learned a new trick that you may remember from the last video, which is pressing enter to confirm certain dialogue boxes. And the fight start confirmation is one of them. So I'm using that here to speed things up quite a bit. Other than that, this first fight is essentially the same as it is in the previous video of the seed. It's the same one as my 454 or whatever. But you can also use it to skip the coin reward, but not the other rewards. Or not skip, collect the coin reward. So I'm using a technique that I just call a double finger mash, where I'm pressing the enter key repeatedly with both my middle and pointer finger. And I've bound my end turn to both enter and a secondary button on my mouse. So I'm going to mash enter for fights that require only mashing enter, and then use my mouse's end turn button for fights that require playing cards. So you can see that I'm menuing much faster than before because I don't have to do much mousing, if at all. The other important place where the enter confirmation is used is here in the merchant, and then at the removal spots. You can hear the enter key being mashed in the background. I mouse clear this rather than enter confirming it just because I forgot. But it's still not a huge deal in that particular instance, and I can quickly skip through everything and then take the major enhancements. And I got a 424 a couple attempts before this, but I wanted a 423 for one specific reason, which is that I wanted to beat Slay the Spire's unseeded category, where the world record is 424. Now, obviously, I'm still comparing apples to oranges. Monster Train is not yet a faster game outright than Slay the Spire, because their seeded category has a world record of something like 414. But the fact that we can get here with a seed that isn't quite perfect means it's potentially possible to get all the way down to the 414 mark. And you can see how fast the double finger enter mash is in clearing menus and ending turns. It is a ridiculous optimization that honestly I didn't expect to be so good. You really have to actually use it to appreciate it. The fact that you can confirm almost any pop-up in the game without using another click and going through the slowness inherent in that is a huge deal. And you can see the end turn is barely even popping up. So this optimization was actually made by someone in my comments section by the name of some LoL player who put me onto that particular trick. A couple optimizations in this run by Never Nathaniel, and then just mechanics by me. So those skips are lightning fast in comparison to my previous ones. And honestly, doing this unseeded would be a lot harder just because you don't know where everything is. And it will require a lot of mechanical skill that I'm looking forward to trying to implement. But in seeded, it's just a matter of grinding. So here's Fell. It's exactly the same, just with faster mash. You'd think that lag would slow it down, but I don't think it does because the entire game slows down. I believe the in-game timer also slows down as a result of the lag. But you can see my menuing is much, much faster as a result of the double-click enter mash, which you can hear in the background and allows me to confirm so many more pop-ups. That's the main optimization in this run, because it's Shadowsiege. The whole goal is to remove all decision-making, because using your brain is slow. This is pretty much the end game. I don't think it's quite a perfect run yet, but it's getting much, much closer. With the increased mechanical precision, it'll also be easier on the unseeded run to get a faster run because you won't have to worry about losing time to mousing screw-ups in the dupes and removes. And here's Seraph. And you can even mash out of the victory pop-up to the point where it barely even appears on screen, which is not something I knew before. So that's it. That's a 423. It is an incredible time, and I managed to beat out Slay the Spire's unseeded category. That's all for this video. Not too many major optimizations, but it's an impressive time, I have to say. I'm very proud of it. If you enjoyed, please do like and subscribe. If you didn't, please comment down below with how I can improve, and have a good one.